Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to give you guys an update to my league starter for 3.26 Secrets of the Atlas. As mentioned before, I'm playing a Totem Hierophant build, except I initially planned to play Flameblast Escalation Totem, but I kinda diverted from it for reasons that I'll get into it further down the line. But basically, I'm still playing a spell totem, except the skill that I'm using is here, Lightning Tendrils of Escalation. And I have to say, this skill got buffed like really big from the patch notes, and I just kinda discovered it that behavior-wise, it functions perfectly. In a way that I think is ideal for, well, basically any build, and also the damage numbers are very big. And yeah, so basically let's check my Atlas progression. So I'm already at 105, 115. There's just some unique maps that I haven't do. Let's see here. So yeah, 10 from Atlas, mostly from unique maps, and Maven Invitation. Basically just the only thing left is the Feared, and otherwise everything, Voidstone and everything is finished. I even got to play T17 map just to test how this build goes. But basically, yeah, it's really good. Okay, now let's get into why I want to play Lightning. Why I diverted into Lightning Tendrils. Okay, let's go over the numbers real quick. I mean, okay, first let's see what the skill is really about. Okay, Lightning Tendrils of Escalation, which is a transfigured version of the normal Lightning Tendrils. You channel this skill, it releases pulse of electrical energy, dealing lightning damage in a glowing semicircular area in front of you. So the difference with the normal lightning tendril, normal lightning tendril has this bump in the damage profile where every third pulses, the skill would always inflict a guaranteed critical hit. Doesn't matter what your spell critical hit chance is, it will always guarantee that crit. So the damage is like low, boom. Crit, low, boom, crit. I mean, it's not that low, but basically the profile is like that. But for lightning tendrils, the damage is consistent all the way, because the damage doesn't grow at all. And the only difference is that it also grows a lot in radius, where it has a base radius of 3.1 meter, and it gains +1 meter per second up to a maximum of +2 meter. So the base radius will become 5.1 meter without any effect and quality. And any AoE scaling that you have, it will scale based on that 5.1 meter. So yeah, as you can see from the showcase just now, the AoE is really big. Okay, now let's go over the changes in 3.26. Lightning Tendrils of Escalation, base cast time, it changed from 0.23 to 0.35, so it became a bit slower. But the effectiveness of added damage, it went from 150 to 290, which is almost double. And then the flat added lightning damage, it went from maximum 1.6k to 2.8k. Okay, this is actually a lot of buff that GGG has given this skill. I'm not sure what they're smoking when they made these changes, but anyway, I'll show you guys how to like compare from one skill to another. Okay, basically when you compare a skill in Path of Exile, you need to normalize that skill, because each skill will have a different cast time and different effectiveness of added damage. So you need to find a figure that you can compare, like side by side, apple to apple, so that you can really understand whether skill A is better than skill B. So basically, I made a small visualization for you guys just to show how to normalize that calculation. So basically, you need to find X, which is the effectiveness of added damage, over 1 second, because every skill has its own cast speed. So you just need to find X, which is the figure will be comparing from one skill to another. Okay, in this table, I imported some of the figure from the latest 3.26 version of some mechanically simple skill. So we have Tendrils of Escalation, Lightning Tendrils of Escalation. The new one is 3.26 and old one is 3.25. As you can see here, previously it has 652% of effectiveness added damage, which is X, and the new one has 828 over 1 second. When you compare with other normal skills like Fireball, Freezing Pulse, Crackling Lens of Branching, these skills like hover around 500% effectiveness added damage over 1 second. So Lightning Tendrils, new Lightning Tendrils of Escalation is already sitting at like 1.6 times the number of this standard skill. Like, it's ridiculous. Look at this Crackling Lens of Branching, which is mechanically almost similar to Lightning Tendrils of Escalation. It has double the cast speed of Lightning Tendrils, but the effectiveness of added damage is only a little bit, and this is why the normalized effectiveness of added damage is like half of the new Lightning Tendrils. When we compare the new figure with the old figure, we're sitting at 27% more damage in terms of effectiveness. And then let's check the flat added spell lightning damage, which went from 1.6k to 2.8k. We averaged the number of the flat added lightning damage, and then we compare the new one with the old one, and the new lightning tendrils are receiving like 74% more damage from the flat added damage alone. And when we combine these two together, the new lightning tendrils of Escalation is basically buffed by more than double its old figure, which is ridiculous. It's one of the reason why this build is like this skill is like way too overtuned. But anyway, I'm not sure if it's intended or not. We're playing this build anyway. Okay, and the reason why I changed from Flameblast to Lightning Tendrils is because I didn't like the damage profile of Flameblast. So basically, as you can see here, Flameblast has this profile where you channel, so you deal 0 damage, and then boom, explosion, you deal a lot of damage, and then you channel again, and then boom, and then you channel again, and then boom. Okay, let's assume these two graphs have the same damage numbers in terms of area of damage times time. Lightning Tendrils is better because even though it's assumingly weaker, this Lightning Tendrils of Escalation, because it doesn't have any extra pulses, it deals consistent amount of damage throughout. And the reason why this kind of profile is better is because it's like you're playing a normal strike skill versus a slam. Like, this amount of damage might overkill the white mobs, and it's better if you have like a more consistent damage where the mob dies sooner so that you can move to other enemy. So it allows for a more aggressive playstyle, I would say, and because it doesn't have to suffer the delay. And the other reason why this thing is bad is because, let's say your first Flame Blast doesn't kill the enemy, but it leaves the enemy with only like 10% of health. You still need to channel the full strength of the second Flame Blast. Well, basically your totem anyway. That's how their behavior work, which is basically wasted when compared to, let's say, Lightning Tendrils. Because the damage is consistent throughout, you just need to wait until the enemy dies, and there's no such peculiar behavior like this. How to say? Like a digital graph of the Flame Blast, like 0 1 0 1 0 1, like this. Okay, right. Let's show a gameplay video real quick. I'll take City Square. Okay, yeah, this one should be easy now. This is my boss rushing Atlas skill tree. So yeah, basically it's top heavy here. Come on. Okay, when you go into the map, you open Righteous Fire, of Arcane Devotion, and because we have a high regen, it doesn't really hurt us that badly. And then press Wrath. This is linked to our what are these two? The Dark Marionette, the reviving minions, because our aura is linked to that. Yeah. So yeah. Because the Dark Marionette sometimes die, like they both die at the same time, so you need to make sure your Wrath is always on. Okay. I'm not going to. Oh, I forgot to turn on my Mercenary. Whatever. I'm just trying to showcase this character anyway. Shouldn't have taken the shrine also, but yeah. Yeah, I really shouldn't have taken the shrine. So basically, you cast the spell, and then cast conductivity when you meet a tougher enemy. And usually, you don't really need to cast conductivity if you're not really hitting the if you're not meeting the rare or unique monster. Okay, I'll wait for the shrine to finish first, and then I'll go to the boss. Already at 19, so should have a lot of boss coming in from the Maven, from the what? The Maven Keystone. Where are you? Okay. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, the damage numbers is just very strong. I mean, it's hard to even process everything in that short period. But basically, just flame dash, summon, and when you meet tougher enemy, cast conductivity and take care of your Wrath. Because sometimes your Dark Marionette dies together, so you need to turn it back on once they revive. But if they die like separately like that, your Wrath aura will not turn off as long as the other one would come alive before the other one dies. So as long as it maintains that uptime, your Wrath will always on. But otherwise, just click whenever it's down. Okay, so because this is a week 1 update, I'm just going to check my character in Poeninja real quick. Okay, here Mercenaries. We're taking, first of all, Lightning Tendrils. So Lightning Tendrils of Escalation, barely a number on this skill. Okay, this is a character, and let's take Totem playstyle. Where is Totem? Oh yeah, main skill mode Totem. So my character is LedakanApiTotem, and yeah, I'm sitting at 1.4 million DPS. Pretty much very far ahead from all these other players. So let's open my character real quick. Okay, and this is my passive skill tree. I'll post this POB and the link to the Poeninja in the comment section down below. But this is it's just a snapshot of my character. It's not really the fully idealized version yet, but I'm pretty sure there's not really much change that I'm going to make for this build anyway. Just maybe some numerical upgrade at most, and maybe some balancing of chaos resistance. So the only notable thing that I want to highlight from this build is that we're using the new Archon's tool cloth belt. where it says here, it gives a lot of stuff, but it buffs your summon Skitterbot to a whole new level. So basically, it has where it says dexterity and intelligence, so a lot of attributes, and then it has increased mana reservation efficiency of skills. That one applies to all skill, not just your summon Skitterbot reservation. And also summon Skitterbot also summons a scorching Skitterbot, where it applies scorch to the enemy, and then summon Skitterbot auras affect you as well as enemies. We'll skip that line first. And it has increased effect of non-damaging element inflicted by a summon Skitterbot. So previously our Skitterbot only inflicts chill and shock. Now inflicts chill, shock and scorch. And it also has increased effect of non-damaging element 70%. And we're also linking the summon Skitterbot to awaken onboard element for even further increased effect of non-damaging element. And it pushes the elemental element inflicted on the enemy to very significant figure. And the best part is it applies equally to bosses, so there's no like weakness for character who rely on their attacks to inflict the ailment. Basically your DPS will be very consistent without having to meet any like DPS threshold or what to properly inflict ailment on different enemies, and that's especially useful for very very tough bosses. Okay, going back to that line from the unique belt where it says summon Skitterbot auras affect you as well as enemies. So the aura inflicts chill, shock and scorch, and because it's all of them are elemental ailment, we can simply mitigate it using, where is it, Purity of Elements, where it says you and nearby allies are immune to all elemental ailment. So that this basically covers all the downside from the belt. And having elemental ailment immunity is a good thing for most character anyway. Okay, I'm going to show to you guys real quick how much are we inflicting our elemental ailment using Skitterbots. So you can see here we're inflicting persistent, 35% chill, 38% shock and 23% scorch. So the good thing about that is that it's persistent and it really shows its value when you really need it, which is when fighting like very very tough enemies or bosses, because that value will stay the same regardless of your damage, because it's applied through a persistent aura check using summon Skitterbot. Okay, show you guys real quick. So we have Cloak of Flames for defensive purpose. This is our main skill, Lightning Tendrils, Totem, blah blah blah, mostly DPS. Okay, Vitality, we have mid shield, minion life plus animate guardian. Our setup for animate guardian is pretty simple. We have Leercast and Dying Breath, so yeah, just a normal animate guardian. And then we Spectre, mid shield, Wrath, Guardian's Blessing. This one we use Perfect Dark Marionette, which is a respawning Spectre, so you don't need to take care of them much. The only problem is that sometimes your Wrath turns off if they both die at the same time, so you just need to take note to turn on your damage aura. Never put any defensive aura on Guardian's Blessing, because conditional defense is a crazy thing to have. Conditional offense is still fine. Okay, and then summon Skitterbot plus Awaken Embodiment, Pretty Elements to basically negate all the downside of the new belt. Tempest Shield for spell block, Immortal Call with cast 1 damage taken and Peripheral Flame for defense, and well, basically Consecrated Ground for regen. Flame Dash, Righteous Fire of Arcane Division for more cast speed, and then Conductivity, which we self cast whenever we meet tougher enemies that our totem cannot kill direct. And this is the skill tree. I'll post the actual POB also, so really nothing much to say on the POB, just mostly I think you can look at it and then intuitively understand why I'm taking so and so notes. The only and then for our ascendancy, we're taking Pursuit of Faith first when we want to transition to a totem build, and then we take Conviction of Power for endurance and power charge, which functions very good for defensive purpose, especially when you don't have much for defense. And then Ritual of Awakening, and then finally Arcane Blazing, just basically more regen, more damage. Okay, so forgot to mention the gear for my Mercenary because of this league. Basically, the only two units that's very important on our Mercenary is the belt. Number one, Calm's Binding, which gives nearby enemy convert 35% of their physical damage to fire. So this is on top of our Cloak of Flames, which gives 65% of his damage taken as fire. And combine that with Endurance Charge, which gives 20% fist damage reduction. And basically like sitting, I don't know, that's a lot of physical damage mitigation, which is how the build can survive. And then second one is per kill stow, which gives nearby ally damage with hits is lucky, and this is very good for this league, for especially what was it, the lightning skills, because of their minimum and maximum damage roll. And yeah, these two are the only things that's important. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my week 1 update. And as usual, I'll probably post the full guide to this build like maybe in a week or so from the time of posting this video. And otherwise, there's not pretty much anything else to say. But if you have any question, as always, you can always post it down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. And that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.